Good morning, I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein. Do you turn to salads in the heat of our SoFlo summers? Well, stay where you are because I've got salads from all over the world, and they start right now here on SoFlo Taste. How fun is that? Welcome all, I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein coming to you from the Goya Kitchen and the Culinary Lab at Florida Education Institute in Coral Gables. Let me paraphrase, if you want to avoid the heat, stay out of the kitchen. Does that sound like you in our SoFlo summer? Well, today I thought it would be fun to give you some salads from around the world so you don't have to heat up your kitchen. Well, we'll be heating up a little bit. So let's get cooking. The first salad I wanted to make is a fried chicken salad. So whether you want to make the fried chicken or not, you can buy fried chicken, but also you can really just do the salad part of this. It's all delicious. Let's jump right into the dressing, which is a green goddess, and it is a buttermilk green goddess. So we're going to start out with some buttermilk. So I have cilantro, all leaves obviously from herbs, and scallions. I've got basil, some Italian parsley, and the green part of the scallion. Let's throw all that in there. Push that in. Okay. The next thing I wanted to go in there would be some acid. I know I have buttermilk already, but I want it to be really vibrant. So we're doing some fresh squeezed lemon. I think one whole lemon should be enough for this recipe. I'll let you know how it tastes. And then I've got some avocado for a little bit of fat and creaminess. And it will add only to that beautiful green hue. Salt, pepper, just a spot of extra virgin olive oil, and let's go ahead and blend that and see how it tastes. It's definitely beautiful. So let's take the top off and see how we are. That's really vibrant. To me, the one lemon is really enough. Some people like a little bit more acid, but I think this is gorgeous. So I've decided on some really crunchy vegetables because we have the fried chicken. So I've got a little bit of red cabbage, some green cabbage, almost like a slaw, and kale, finely chopped kale. And it doesn't really matter what kind of kale you use, but we did use curly kale for this one. So that will be my lettuce, if you will, crunchy veggies. Then we've got some julienne carrots, some cut up tomatoes, a little cheddar cheese to make it a little trashy, some sliced radishes, and if you feel the desire, you can make some hard-boiled eggs, or obviously you can buy them. And if you want to add them to your salad, they go really beautifully, as you know, with fried chicken. So over here, I have my fried chicken that I love making. If y'all know me, you know I love fried chicken. I love making fried chicken. So I always brine my chicken. Here we're using thighs today, but what I did was I threw them in a brine of water, a little bit of salt, some spices. It's really up to you. You don't have to do all that. If you want, just go into buttermilk and flour, and there you go. Flour should always be seasoned. I love Old Bay in my flour. I also love a little bit of garlic powder, onion powder, stuff like that. You just always want the flour to taste good, because then the chicken's going to taste good. So we always start with flour, go into buttermilk, and then flour again. So I'm just going to shallow fry this rather than a whole deep fryer setup. And I love cast iron for frying chicken. So let me just place this in here. That should be enough for this salad. Shake that up a little bit and let that go. Let's go ahead and put this down in a platter, and then we can always top it off with the chicken. So I'm going to add just a little bit of this dressing to that beautiful kind of slaw. I'm going to just call that slaw. And the rest I'm placing down on a platter. This stuff is delicious. I highly recommend this dressing. If you're not going to make this salad, use it just for dipping some veggies in there. It's so yummy and it's so pretty. All right. So we'll take our slaw ingredients and just mix them with a little bit of this stuff too. But we're also going to place it onto the green goddess. So we have dressing on both sides, on the top and on the bottom. Let's go ahead and place these right in the center. Spread it out a little bit. Like so. Okay. Take the carrots. Give them a little bit of carrot love. Tomatoes. Spread around. Radishes, sliced really nice and thin. I love radishes with this kind of salad. Finally, a little bit of the cheddar cheese. If you don't think you need that cheddar cheese, then don't use it. That's up to you. We grated our own cheddar today. You can always buy it, as you know. And then I'll place some of the hard-boiled eggs around. And all we have to do is wait for that chicken to be ready, which it will be in about 4 minutes. So come right back for more Grazin in the Greens. You're watching SoFlo Taste here on the one and only Local 10.
Come back to SoFlo Taste from the Goya Kitchen at the Culinary Lab at Florida Education Institute, here on Local 10.
Coming up right after SoFlo Taste, it's SoFlo Home Project with me, Elena Capra, so stay tuned.
It's a Milam's Markets Minute. Here's Melinda Harper.
Hi, I'm Melinda Harper for SoFlo Taste in Coconut Grove at Milam's Market. I'm joined by Lee Milam, who's here to tell us why this supermarket is so special.
Yeah, so our family's been in the grocery business for over 100 years and has 40 years serving as Miami-Dade's premier supermarket. That means we offer the very best quality, variety, and service that you'll find anywhere.
So what really sets Milam's apart?
Well, it's definitely an experience. When you walk in our stores, you'll see right away that we are not your normal supermarket. We take everything to a new level.
You've got 6 stores across Miami-Dade. For people who can't make it, what do we tell them?
We have people ask all the time, when are you opening a store in Broward, Miami Beach? You can shop the entire Milam's Markets assortment online at milamsmarkets.com, and it can be delivered to your door.
And while shopping online is great, I would definitely suggest making a trip to a Milam store.
We invite everyone to come pay us a visit. We'd love the opportunity to meet you and see what it is that we can do to make your shopping experience special. And there's a good chance you'll meet a Milam when you come visit the store.
Thank you, Lee, so much. Come meet Lee.
Welcome back to SoFlo Taste. Located in Coral Gables, Florida Education Institute's Culinary Arts program offers students a unique education that touches the international culinary fundamentals. In just months, you can graduate from the FEI Culinary Arts program and begin your exciting new career on the dynamic Miami culinary scene. For more information, just visit fei.edu/culinary-arts. Okay, everyone, check out this beauty. Look how gorgeous this is. So this is our first grazing salad with fried chicken, that gorgeous green goddess that is really, really delicious. I hope you try this one. All right, let's jump into my next one. It is kind of an Italian-American salad with salami and mortadella and cheeses. It's just so delicious. So we're gonna actually make a red wine vinaigrette, but add the tiniest bit of mayonnaise to it to make it a creamy vinaigrette. It's not gonna be thick, but it is gonna give it a little bit of viscosity, and it's gonna make it more delicious. So we're gonna take some red wine vinegar, garlic and onion powder, a little bit of oregano, some salt, black pepper, and I'm gonna add a little bit of mayo to this. This is a trick that an incredible chef in Chicago taught me, to add Just a little bit of creaminess for marinating chicken, but also vinaigrettes, and it stuck with me. And even though I don't love always having mayonnaise because it's so fatty, it just makes this vinaigrette even better. So let's start adding some olive oil into this until the flavors balance. For me, it's usually either 3-to-1 if you like vinegar, or 4-to-1 if you'd rather the vinegar be a little bit more delicate on your palate. I think that's good. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and jump into the salad part of this. So we've got some arugula, radicchio. If you haven't tried radicchio, this is more of an Italian bitter vegetable. It's a lettuce. Obviously, it looks like a bulb of lettuce, but it has a lot of bitterness to it, which is why I love it so much. When you have a tricolore, three-colored salad in Italian, this is always the red color. It's delicious raw, but it's even more delicious, by the way, grilled. If you have an extra radicchio around, I suggest you toss it in a little bit of balsamic vinegar, salt and pepper, and oil, and grill it up. Just delicious. Takes away a little bit of that bitterness. All right, throw that in there. And then finally, another of my favorites for salad is endive or endive, Belgian endive. And you can get them in red and you can get them in this kind of yellow greenish color. So you can either slice them or pick the leaves, it's up to you. I'm just gonna slice it because I have most of my cheeses and meats sliced for this salad. Now this does have some bitterness as well, which is another reason why I love the mayonnaise in the dressing, because it makes it a little thicker, more viscous. It coats the lettuces better, thus taking away a little bit of its bitterness on the palate. So let's go ahead and mix this with vinaigrette. I have a little extra for over the top. Combine this well. What's also great about endive and radicchio is that they hold up really well, so you can actually dress them ahead of time and then toss them with a more delicate vegetable or leaf like the arugula or any other lettuces, and it holds up. All right, so let's go ahead and build this. So let me tell you what I have. I've got provolone, Parmesan, my favorite Castelvetrano olives. You probably get sick of all my favorites on the show, but it is what it is. I've got some Genoa salami, mortadella, and finally some buffalo mozzarella. So to build this, let's go ahead and place our lettuces down. Don't make too big of a mound because we'll be topping it with all that other beautiful stuff. So that should be enough. Let's start with the mozzarella. I love, just by the way, pulling it like so. That way you have small, thin, delicate pieces. It's almost more organic to pull it this way rather than to cut it. It's up to you. If you'd rather it be more uniform and perfect looking, you can absolutely dice it. But I think this is just delicious and it melts even better in your mouth. So there's the mozzarella. Let's do some provolone, which we do dice because it's a harder cheese. And then of course, combine some mortadella here. Oh, my son would go crazy. He wouldn't eat the salad, but he would definitely eat the mortadella. And then salami. Now I chose not to use prosciutto on this one. I just find it we slice it really thin, and so I feel like it would almost get lost. So I chose some meats that you can actually really have like a good bite, but I do love the shavings of the parm. I think that that's just delicious in there. Let's garnish with some of my favorite olives. I know a lot of people don't think that these olives have a lot of flavor, but I love their brininess. That's why I use them, as well as a little bit of crunch. And there you have it. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta top it with a little more vinaigrette. There we go. So that the meats and the cheeses and everything tastes delicious and all mixed together. Come right back for more SoFlo Taste and my sensational salads. Stay tuned to SoFlo Taste. We'll be right back. Welcome back to SoFlo Taste. All of my recipes are available on the SoFlo Show's webpage. Just scan this quick response code. You're on your way to the informative SoFlo Show's page. You'll also see this QR code on the ingredient list throughout the show. Now back to my international salad grazing. Okay, everyone, this last salad is delicious. I'm marinating the fish. We're doing some fresh snapper for this one, and we're just kind of going with some Mediterranean ingredients here. So for the marinating, it's a quick one because snapper is, I'm using a nice thin yellowtail, so it doesn't really need a lot of time to really marinate. I have Greek yogurt here. I'm gonna add a little bit of sumac, which comes from a berry, it's delicious. Za'atar, which is dried thyme and sometimes mint and sesame. Some Calabrian chili paste, which you can find in a jar. This stuff is so good. My husband uses this on everything, so I always have it in the fridge. And then a little bit of olive oil and salt. What you want to do is just mix that together and then pour that over whatever kind of fresh fish you want to either grill or put on a grill pan in your kitchen, and then just go ahead and throw it on like I'm doing right now. It's a very quick cook. The yogurt really makes it even juicier and more tender, and it gives it beautiful, beautiful flavor. So for the vinaigrette, combine garlic and onion powder like I did in the last recipe. Again, oregano. But in this case, I'm going to use a little bit of white balsamic vinegar. You can always use regular balsamic or red wine vinegar, whatever your favorite vinegars are. But I love a little white balsamic for this one. It's a little less kind of tangy right here in your mouth. It's a little softer. And then let's go ahead and add some oil. So I have kind of an everyday style olive oil, which is not strong at all. It doesn't have that spiciness that a lot of oils have. And salt, of course. All right, we'll set that aside. So for the salad, let's go ahead and use some romaine, more radicchio, because I love it. And what we're gonna do is, rather than mix everything together in a bowl to combine it with the vinaigrette, we're just gonna top it with vinaigrette. So let's do a nice julienne of romaine. Now this is a heart of romaine. The exterior parts of the romaine I usually use for sandwiches in the house, and then the interior part of it goes for my salads. I have a really big platter, which I'll just put here. Go ahead and place the romaine down. Some radicchio, like I talked about before. A nice bitter green. Should I really call it a green? I mean, it's really a red. Spread that love around a little bit. Now we have some diced cucumbers. I love to keep the peel on for this type of thing because I just think it gives it even more crunch. I also have some chickpeas, some little beautiful cherry tomatoes, oil cured black olives. Oil cured olives are a little more delicate. They're delicious on the palate, but they're not very strong. They are pitted. You never want to use an olive with a pit on a salad. A little red onion. And finally, I love herbs in a salad, especially this type of salad. I think it's delicious and it adds a little bit of freshness. So I'm going to go ahead and add some mint, parsley, and dill to this salad. And by the way, this all came from my garden in front of my house. I'm going to top it with a vinaigrette, and you can come right back because I need about 2 minutes on that fish. I'll flip it over and let's see what it's like all together. Ooh, And feta. I've got feta too. Okay, taste buds, come right back and we'll put all this together. You're watching SoFlo Taste. That shows you have good taste. Welcome back, taste buds. All right, so the fish is done, and by the way, I just tasted it. It's so good with that yogurt and the chilies. It's just delicious. All right, so I'm just gonna top it with whatever remaining vinaigrette I have. And it's up to you if you wanna cheese it. I like a little feta right over the top of this salad. I think it's delicious. And there you have it, our last and delicious Mediterranean salad. I would go and dig into that immediately. Well, I hope you pick your favorite country's entry in today's Grazin In The Greens menu. Each of them is a great way to beat the summer heat. Join me next week as I keep up the heat. This time, it's with the desserts of summer. It's sweet treats on the next SoFlo Taste. Design expert Elena Capra is up next on SoFlo Home Project. Good morning, Elena. What do you got going on for this morning?
Hi, Michelle. Good morning. So today we get exclusive access to a celebrity home in Golden Beach. Coming up on SoFlo Home Project, we experience luxury living at its finest as we tour a stunning waterfront property.
Okay, Elena, sounds great. Thanks. And thank you, Taste Buds, for watching. I'll see y'all next week. Goodbye, mwah, and very, very good taste.